USA! 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 The USA will win the Ryder Cup. Why? Scottie Scheffler. Here's 3 unseen fundamentals in Scottie's golf swing that's going to ensure the USA wins the Ryder Cup. Hey, why should you listen to me? I'm just a PGA professional, newly named Golf Digest Best Coaches in the state of Texas. After 19 years of coaching and 26 years of playing competitively, I know what Scottie Scheffler's golf swing's doing that makes him play the best golf on the planet. Check this out. Welcome to Ryder Cup Week 2025, Bethpage Black. As we begin going through the entire United States team, we're going to take a quick look here at Scottie Scheffler's golf swing comparison with his irons as well as his driver. And we're going to show you exactly what makes Scottie Scheffler's golf swing so great. So anytime I take a look at golf swings of students, tour pros, doesn't matter, I'm always going to use some telestration. So we're going to draw a line simply down the outside of his right hip on both golf swings here. We're going to draw another one straight down from the center of the lead shoulder. In this case, for Scottie Scheffler, he is a right-hander, so the left shoulder is his swing center. We're going to draw another circle over his head, his lead knee, and that lead shoulder. We'll do that on his driver as well. Now, comparing his setup, you can see a lot of differences here in not only his ball position, but his spine angle. So you look at the tilted angle of his spine with his irons, he's very straight up and down. With his driver, he's about 10 degrees tilted to his right side as he moves the golf ball pretty close to the front of his left shoulder, where his ball position with his irons is about 3 to 3.5 golf balls behind his swing center. Now, from a geometrical standpoint, I would say as soon as we move the golf ball near the center of the arc with your driver, your swing path is typically going to be very straight. With your irons, when you play anything behind that, you're usually going to promote slightly more of a draw. Scottie Scheffler manipulates his turns to help him control the path. If you know anything about Scottie Scheffler, he swings the club extremely straight. But that's not what makes him great. There's 2 things that make Scottie Scheffler great. It's his ability to control the club face and his ability to hit the ball solid. So as you can see here, his grip is very neutral. There is not a whole lot of rotation in his wrists on either swing. We point this thing, it's pretty much at his nose. We can't see his left hand, but I would argue that it's probably pretty close to his nose, maybe even slightly to the right. We look at his driver, and it's very much pointed pretty close to his nose. Now, most other golfers we see with a grip like this have to create one of the best players in the world. Does it work for you? Maybe, maybe not. Does it work for him? Absolutely. Would I change it? Absolutely not. So Scottie Scheffler takes the club back with his irons. He's going to start rotating his body back. He does get just a tiny bit of bump to his right side as his body starts moving. But from here, it's pure rotation. You can see the gap that's created from the outside of his right hip to that red line that I drew increases slightly, and he turns and extends his spine an absolute ton. He's roughly 7 degrees towards the target, give or take a degree or 2. With his driver, because he sets up in more right tilt,
His head actually moves slightly further back with his driver, which tells me that he's probably trying to hit a really high cut here because he's trying to move behind the golf ball more. Notice his spine extends, but because he sets up more in right tilt, he doesn't extend his spine nearly as much as what he does with his irons. He's actually slightly more in flexion. You can see the difference in how much he lets his lead knee travel backwards. Now, this is something new for Scottie. I've never seen this out of him until this year, and I believe this is an effort of him trying to get longer despite being one of the most accurate drivers on tour and already one of the longest. He's trying to get longer yet. This is one thing, as I saw him at the US Open as well as the PGA Championship, I don't necessarily agree with. I would rather him just keep playing from the middle of the fairway because he's unbeatable. But he's had a couple tournaments this year where his driver was yank pulls left, and as he starts his downswing, irons first, he moves towards the target an absolute ton. This is what makes him a world-class ball striker. His ability to move towards the target and keep the bottom of the swing or the low point in front of the golf ball. The average tour pro moves just over 3 inches towards the target with their pelvis. As you can see, Scottie, he's moving more than double with every club in his bag, including his driver. Now, again, as you can see, he has more backwards tilt with his driver. Ball moved more forward, shaft leaning back, trying to swing up to play more of a fade, where his irons, he's probably hitting a very straight shot here. Can't say that he's hitting a fade, can't say that he's hitting a draw. Everything looks really, really, really good, but from the setups, it tells me he's probably playing a very straight to a slight draw with the irons. This is the magic move once he's to this point, is watch how long Scottie keeps his arms extended towards the target with very little rotation. His hands are side by side. Not a whole lot of rotation here. If he does, because of his grip, he's going to have a tendency to over-rotate it a little bit, and that's where that yank pull comes from with his driver. As long as he keeps the ball position good and his body moving more left and his swing more centered with an iron, he's going to hit this extremely straight. But this move here that every amateur needs to incorporate into their golf swing. You're going to see through this series, every tour pro that's any good exhibits this position in their follow-through at what I call P9. This is a huge, and I mean huge, indicator of ability level is the longer we can keep the arm straight. His right arm starts bending once he gets past this point, but still stays straight really, really, really long. Very similar to a Zach Johnson type player. His iron swing's a little bit shorter. Body's more straight up and down. You can see he's still leaning back. Everything here is extremely good. If you want to know more about Scottie, make sure go to my YouTube page, check out my new paid tier membership options. We've got some members only type content, and for the first 50 members that join, you're going to get a free swing analysis of your own golf swing on my OnForm app. This video will not be published to the public or other members. This will be privately between you and I. I hope to help you with your golf game. I look forward to helping you. Go USA. Hope to see you guys at Bethpage Black.